The days passed slowly, and just as I began to adjust to the silence of the island, something extraordinary happened, marking the beginning of a new chapter in my strange journey. Let's listen to part 2 of The Woman and the Mother Sea Turtle story. I dropped to my knees, hands digging frantically. Some eggs were wet and cold, too cold. I carried as many as I could to a safer place, gently burying them in a new nest farther up the beach. My heart pounded in fear that I might damage them, but I remembered how carefully the mother turtle had moved her back flippers, and I copied her slow, deliberate motions. When I finished, I sat back and prayed silently that they would survive. That night, the mother turtle returned, and when she saw what had happened, she paused long and still beside the newly built nest. Then she turned her head toward me and touched her flipper lightly to the sand near my foot. It felt like gratitude. Or maybe I imagined it. But in the beautiful loneliness of the island, that small gesture warmed my heart more than any fire. The day the eggs hatched was the most magical day of my life. It began with a faint sound, soft tapping from beneath the sand. I kneeled before the nest as tiny cracks appeared, and suddenly the sand shifted. One by one, tiny baby sea turtles emerged, fragile and determined. I watched, tears blurring my vision, as dozens of them crawled toward the moonlit sea. I wanted to help them, to protect them from birds circling overhead, but I held back. I remembered that humans should not interfere too much. Nature had its own rhythm, and these babies needed to follow it. Still, when a hungry bird swooped too low, I waved my arms to scare it off. I couldn't help that much. The hatchlings reached the water, disappearing as quickly as they had appeared. The beach became still again. And for the first time in many weeks, I cried openly not from sadness, but from the overwhelming beauty of life continuing even in the most distant place. Months passed. I grew stronger, more confident, more connected to the island that had once terrified me. I learned the behavior of the tides, the path of the sun, the plants that were safe to eat. I grew to love the sound of the waves and the cool shadows of the trees. And always the mother sea turtle returned. Not every day, but enough for me to expect her gentle presence. Sometimes she rested beside me as I repaired my shelter. Sometimes she basked in the sun while I spoke to her about things she could never understand: my old life, my fears, my hope to return home someday. Her presence made the silence feel safe instead of lonely. Then one morning I spotted a ship on the horizon, a rescue. I lit a fire and waved leaves to signal them. My heart pounded with joy and fear. Returning home meant leaving the island and leaving her. When the ship approached, I packed the few items I had. But before walking to the shore where the rescuers waited, I looked down the beach. There she was, calm, ancient, watching me with the same dark, wise eyes. I walked to her and placed my hand gently on her shell. "Thank you," I whispered, "for everything." She blinked slowly, then turned her head toward the sea, as if reminding me that all journeys must continue. And so I left. But even now, living once again among busy streets and tall buildings, I carry her memory with me, the mother sea turtle who taught me about courage, patience, and the quiet strength found in nature. And sometimes, when the world feels too loud, I close my eyes and imagine the gentle rhythm of waves against the shore of that forgotten island, and the slow, steady presence of my ancient friend. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my story. It means more than words can express. Every moment I shared, from the quiet waves on the deserted island to the gentle presence of the mother sea turtle, comes alive again because you chose to hear it. I truly hope this journey brought you a sense of peace, courage, and reflection, and that it reminds you that hope often appears when we least expect it. May you carry a little of that hope with you into your own life, wherever your path leads.